This tutorial is meant to help you with analyzing data that is related um, using Excel and drawing graphs for it, scatter plots, and also to predict future values. So what I have here is data of smoking and lung cancer. So in some years they observed that how many the percent of people smoking and how that affects the lung cancer, how many people in 100,000 people have lung cancer. So I would like to think to first of all, let's make it more clear. Let's select that, and I just want it to look good. So the year is just an observation. So like we did observations for the data in different times. So this is, I will name it observation. And smoking is probably something that the cancer will depend on. So smoking, I will call it X, and lung cancer is Y. And here's values of X and Y's that depends on it. So if I want to find the values, if I want to find the regression, there's a lot of things to do with regression. If you look here, there's something called the correlation coefficient, coefficient of determination. Those are related to the regression of two variables. So for example, if I want to find the correlation coefficient, but I want to do it step by step, this is the law for the correlation coefficient. So I see here that there is standard deviation of X, standard deviation of Y. I need here also the average of X values, or the mean. Also I want the mean of Y values. So I'll start by preparing those. So first here I will write here mean, okay, and then here click here, and then click over here, and then write equal average, just average, and then open a bracket, and then just select all the values of X. So, and then close the bracket and press enter. You'll see here the mean of the values. You can just copy, press on the cell, copy and paste here. You will see how if you look here, it is the average of B3 to B11, B3 to B11. But if you look here, you'll see it is the average from C3 to C11. So it just did it for you. So also you need the standard deviation. So standard deviation. So here click equal STDEV. This is all what you need, STDEV, and then open a bracket, choose all X values, and then close the bracket and hit enter. You get the standard deviation. Again, you can copy this and paste it here. Okay, now you want, what else do you need from the equation? You need X minus X bar. X bar is the mean. So what I want here, for example, let's just take it from here. So I want here X minus X bar. So I click here and I click equal, and then you choose X, alright, minus X bar, which is the mean, right? So I click here. But the problem is that if I want to copy this later on and go down, this will go down, which I want, but this will go down to the standard deviation, but I want the mean. So to make this fixed that cannot change even if I copy, you just put, you see the B12, so you just put a dollar sign before the B and a dollar sign before the 12. Let's make it fixed. How much you copy it, it doesn't change. and then click enter. So now you can just copy this and paste it the whole thing, or you see this thing in the corner, if you put and you see the plus sign in black, you can just drag it like that and you get what you want. And you can just do the same thing. What do we need more? You can do this also here. Okay, so paste, and then you be like the same just the same method. You click here, equals, and then choose the y minus the mean of the y, which is this one here, but you want to make it fix it, so just put the dollar sign before the letter and the dollar sign before the number, and hit OK, and then do the same thing and drag it down like that. Okay, fine. And then if you want to find the next part is to find this multiplied by this. So you just, here it's easy, just equals, and then choose the first one multiplied by this, and choose the second one and hit enter, and then use the same method to drag it down. And then the last tip is to sum those, so you can just sum. There's you can click here, press equal SUM to sum, and then just open the bracket, choose all of that, and close the bracket, hit enter. You have the sum now. So you have everything you want. N is number of observations. If you count them, there are 9. So n minus 1 is 8. So we could say that the R is, and then here I can say that it's equal to, I know that this one, which is the sum, over, and then open a bracket, choose the standard deviation here, multiplied by standard deviating, multiplied by 8, which is n minus 1 in my case, and then I hit OK. So I found here the correlation coefficient, but this takes a lot of time, and if you just want to find the regression equations without spending a lot of time on the thing, you can just do it by Excel. So make sure you go to File and Options, and you go for add-ins, and then and then click and go. Make sure you have your analysis tool back checked, and then click OK. Then now you can go to data, click on data analysis. You'll find here one of those called regression. Choose regression, and then this will be displayed. So input y range. So just click here, choose the y range that you have here. See how useful to have the y written here, and then x range. Click here and then go again to the x range and drag and choose it. And then you have here, if you want the confidence level for, let's say, 90% confidence level for the slope and the intercept. Remember, we had our values there. We got the intercept and the slope. So if you want 90% confidence for them, you just check this one and then click 90. That's all what you want, and then just click. Make sure you have new worksheet apply so you don't mess up the thing. So you'll see that you have a new sheet here, sheet 2, and you get a lot of stuff. You just can open it like this. You can see you have here something called multiple R, which is the regression, the correlation coefficient. And if you look at it, at the one we calculated, it's the same as this. And then you have here R squared. There is some stuff, I don't know, the number of observations. Here you have, this is SSR, which is the sum of squared of the deviation of the regression of, and this is SSE, which is the sum of squares of errors, and this is the total, which is TSS. You have here the intercept, and yeah, intercept, and here's the slope. And here, if you look here, there's the lower, we could do this, the lower 95% and the upper 95%, lower 90% and upper 90%. So by default it outputs the 95% confidence, but because it chose 90, so it give me more true values. So this is the lower and the upper, the lower and the upper for the intercept and the slope. This is the slope. It's called x variable 1 because the slope is multiplied by x. So this is basically all the statistics that you need for regression. But now let's say you wanna draw those. So what you do, you go select your x and y values like this, and then you go to insert, choose here, you can choose yeah, from here charts, and under it you have this shape which is scatter. You can choose scatter here. After you choose scatter, you will see that you have your thing here, but it is not like there's no axis or something. So I will add here. You can click on this plus sign. You will see axis titles. So choose axis titles. Axis title, for example, what is that? This is the smoking. I'm just gonna write it in brief, smoking, and this is cancer. Yeah, and you can edit this title. Okay, smoking and cancer. And now you want to make a trend line, or to be able to see how this. So you just click on any point, right click on it, and then you will see that there's something called add trend line. You can always drag your drawing so you can see here. Okay, if it appears like that, you can just right click again on the thing and format trend line. And then here on the right hand, you see you have choices. You have linear, you have polynomial. So let's choose first linear. And then when you choose linear, you can choose here to display the equation and also to display r squared. Okay. Yeah, here we go. You can click on this, you can drag it here, and also you can control this. After you click on it, if you go here, label options, if you click on this thing here, after you already selected this, you will see here something called category. You can choose from this category, you can choose number, and then you can choose the number of decimal places you want to see in this equation. So, and I think the maximum is 15, so let's say 15. And it looks bad, but you can always, for example, you can do like this, and then choose the thing here, and do like this, and then you have this here nice and clean. But the font is small. You can just select it and right click, font, and choose it, let's say 16, then click OK. So you have now the equation. It's a pretty big equation. It doesn't really matter if it is a linear, but in a higher order polynomials you need all the digits here. So this is the linear. Let's say you want to make another graph, okay, but for a polynomial. So you can select again the same method, go enter a scatter, and then go here, click on any one of those, right click, and then add trend. You'll see this here. You can choose polynomial. I'm gonna choose polynomial of power 5. Okay, and yeah, you can also display the equation and display r squared. And then, yeah, and then I'm gonna hit on the equation again because I want to see more decimal places. So number 15 decimal places. You'll see this ugly equation. Also, there is the comma separator. I don't want to see this. And again, you can clean this up a little bit. Always you can go down and clean your workspace, like go be more organized. Yeah, and then yeah, you can do the same thing here. Click on the thing here, then take it down, take the equation up here, and yeah, let me delete this for a while. And yeah, and then I'm gonna do the same thing, like select it. You can do everything. You can select the text, or just click here, right click, and then click on font, and then 16 for example. You will see the equation here. This is a more readable size, but still I want it to go with this, so I can take this more down here and the equation up here. Fine, so now we have the equations, but now the problem here, if you want to expect the values for some values that are not given. For example, I want to see if the smoking was 30%. I have until 23.5. I want it until 30%. So you need to copy this equation and place it here somewhere in a cell or something, so you could find it. So you can copy. The problem is that, I don't know, for some reason they don't want us to copy, so if you click right click copy, you cannot find a copy. So what you could do is here the r squared disappeared. I don't know why, but sometimes you can just play with this a bit and it appears. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, so you can copy this here, and then, but there is a better way to copy it if you want. There is a program that comes with what Microsoft is probably installed in your on your PC, and you can just click one. It is called OneNote. Just search for it. So when it opens, it may not look the same, but you will see that there is two things opened here. Something called like the OneNote and send to OneNote. If this was not open, the send to OneNote, this thing here, you gotta like search for send to OneNote and just open it, okay? And then just go back to your Excel here. You can from here, from send to OneNote, screen clipping, and then choose the equation. But take care that it is converting a picture. This is the equation. It is converting a picture to text. So make sure that your picture is clean like mine. Like you don't like, if your equation is on the graph, it is not gonna be fine. And then this will appear. Just click copy to clipboard, go to the OneNote, and like if you see anything, just open a new one, and then paste. If you paste it here, you see this is an image, so you can right click on this image. You'll find something called copy text from this picture. So just copy text, go here and right click. You'll see paste options, so choose the one with the letter A. If you click on this is now a text, not a picture anymore, and you can edit this text. So but you can prepare it to be used and in Excel. So what is our X? If I go to my Excel here, let me just put those down here. Let's say I'm gonna just predict, like put new values for X, new X, and then those new values will be like, make sure you put them in the same column. So new values for X, let's say I want to check the 15 and the 30. Okay, so I want to find the Y, so let's go here, make something called predicted Y. Remember then that even the predicted Y for those values will X will not be exactly as those. So what I want to know the predicted y. I'll need to plot x and the equation that I just copied to the one node, and so I can find y. So what I need, this cell here is called B3, so it depends on your worksheet. My worksheet, it's called B3. So Excel does not understand x to the power 5, so you have to, instead of x to the power 5, put a star, which means multiplied, and then open a bracket, and then capital B, and 3, which is my cell number, does not have to be the same in every, and then power 5. And then just do the same process here, star B3 to the power 4. This is how Excel understands equations. You have to put the power in this way. Also here, again, B3, sorry, B3 to the power 3, and then close it here instead of x squared. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, multiply by open, and then B3, which is my choice again, and then to the power of 2, and then multiplied by B3 to the power of 1, which is stupid. You don't need it, so I'm just gonna remove this, and then this is a number. So yeah, and this, each one is on a separate line, so I'm just gonna put them on the same line, and then I'm gonna copy this equals to this. Take all of that, copy, and then go to Excel. This is the predicted y, right? So I'm gonna go here, paste what I got. So hit enter, and you see the predicted y. You can now drag this as usual to get all the, yeah, for each x here and get the predicted. So but I will also want it for those x's, but I don't want to drag, so because there's a lot of different values here, so I'm just gonna paste it here also. Paste. So here you see the expected values of the smoking was 30% or 15%. Okay, let's say you're not sure, you just use the one node thing and you're not sure. You want to make sure that this was right. You can go back to your graph. I don't know. Yeah, you can go back to the graph here. I'm just gonna remove the right click, format trend line. Just gonna remove the equation so I can see the graph better. And then the right click again, format trend line. You can add here something. You add forward. So a point, your last point for my last point, for example, is 23.3. So if I add 6.7, this gives it 30. And if you look at the 30 here, it came at 3500. So that means that this value is right. It follows that equation. And that's pretty much it. You can predict all the values you want this way. And thanks for watching.